Good morning, everyone. We're going to call our membership committee meeting to order. And we're going to have Ms. Amy do our roll call.
All right, Ms. Banks,
I'm present.
Angela Harmon,
Present.
Rashad Bristow,
Present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Cheney Guidry, Bambi Polizzola. All right, with 3 present and 2 absent, you do have a quorum to proceed.
All right, if you can pull up our virtual protocols. Hopefully I can read them from all the way down here. I didn't bring my glasses, so can you blow it up?
Yeah.
I don't mind reading it for you since I'm in front of a computer. It'll be my due diligence for not being present.
Thank you, Rashad. I definitely appreciate that. You have the floor, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Council meeting shall be accessible via Zoom, live streamed on YouTube. Council or council committee members will participate via Zoom and shall be considered present when they display a live feed video of their face with their first and last name, have microphones muted unless called upon by the chairperson, electronically raise their hand to request the chair recognize them to speak. Once recognized to speak by the chair, their microphone shall be turned on. After speaking, the microphone shall be returned to mute. Guests may participate via Zoom or observe meetings live on YouTube. All public meetings shall be recorded and may be made available on the council's YouTube channel as determined appropriate by the chairperson. Public comment submitted during a meeting via any format shall be considered. During a Zoom meeting, guests may electronically raise their hand to request to comment. Upon being recognized to speak by the chair, their microphone shall be turned on. After speaking, the microphone shall be returned to mute. Post comments relevant to the item under consideration in the chat box. Post comments during the live stream of the meeting on the council's YouTube channel. Public comments of a person's character will not be heard. If the comment continues after being asked to be stopped by the chairperson, council staff may be instructed to end the meeting. The chairperson will notify the executive committee of this occurrence. Council chair will seek guidance to determine if it's legally appropriate to redact or share the video of the meeting on the council's media.
Thank you, Rashad. I appreciate it. We just do want to know that Ms. Bambi is available now. I mean, she's here now.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go to the scoring of the nonprofit candidates. Amy, you said that you
Have a spreadsheet.
yes.
Okay. So just
Maybe want to make it
as a, oh yeah, I can.
Yeah.
just kind of enlarge it.
Okay. I can make it bigger and then I'll have to scroll. Okay, so just so that everyone is aware, these 5 applicants were rated at the time of the last membership meeting. The council decided that they wanted to interview the candidates that they had not already interviewed. So that is what occurred. Ratings were given. I averaged all of the ratings from the first time and these second rounds of interviews. And these are the ratings that everyone received. And just as a reminder for the nonprofit representatives, the nonprofit representatives on the council function a lot like the state agency representatives. So their demographics don't matter for our federal requirements. So where they live, whether they're a person of color or not, whether they're male or female, doesn't affect what the feds look at when they're looking at our council membership. So I'm just going to scroll over so that people can see all of the ratings.
Okay.
So just to be clear, this is the scores based on that there's 2 people that interviewed the first time and then there was 2 people who interviewed the second time.
Yes, If there were two people who interviewed the first time, and then whoever did not interview those people interviewed them the second time. So everyone ended up interviewed by everyone on the committee.
Okay, okay, got you.
Thank you for clearing that up because a lot of them, when I called, they was like, I'm getting a phone call again. I say, well, being that I'm a chair, let me explain to you what's kind of going on. And I kind of let them know what was going on, that everyone was going to be interviewing them. So,
Okay.
yeah. So once I got to speak to everybody, that's what I end up telling everyone that I spoke to, that that's what was going on. So they'll be having multiple phone calls from multiple people. So the floor is open for discussion.
I'm gonna move this a little bit so that people can see there we go. So you see it all on the screen. I know it's smaller, but
So just one thing that and I've mentioned this many times, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the rubric is not like a scientific valid instrument. I remember when it was created because there were questions about how the process went, and it was created like within a few hours, and it's never been adjusted. And so one of the issues I know whenever we were interviewing was that it really didn't capture everything, all the characteristics that we thought should be assessed in selecting a member. So I just want to throw that out there so that people are not looking at this and saying, oh, well, this is some type of scientific metric and that the number is what is the best, that's the best candidate because of this numeric based on these four areas that are given a numeric value.
Right, and I'm glad Bambi did bring that up because we are in the process of revamping all of that so that we have something set in stone and concrete of how we're going to be picking the people and, what a rubric basically, so that everybody know, okay, this is why this person was paid, because you're right. It doesn't necessarily capture all of the characteristics of these people when you interview them because they have so many different facets on when they start speaking and when they start, just telling about their passion and working with people with disabilities. You can't put that all in just to those little 5 categories. So I do understand, and we're going to try to revamp that. We're going to be having a meeting in the future about that, though, so that we can get some progress made with that. So it's looking like
Miss Kathy Dwyer has her hand raised.
oh, okay, Ms. Dwyer, you are recognized.
Thank you so much. I'm just curious if it's possible to list the nonprofits they're with, right? These applicants are actually representing nonprofits, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So can it list the nonprofits they're representing?
Let me,
off the top of my head, I only know a couple. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, I have to go pull up all of them.
I think I know, Libby is Family 7 Families of Acadiana. Paul is Autism Society of Acadiana. Sherry has a nonprofit.
Her own nonprofit.
nonprofit, Nina's
Mission. Kylan Jordan, was that something to do with employment? Like it's an employment nonprofit?
Yes.
And then Dr.
Employ Acadiana.
Vanderbilt is with
Easter
Easter Seals.
Okay, thank you. Because one thing that might be a consideration is getting a wide variety of nonprofits represented. No offense to one nonprofit or the other, but they all may have different attributes and contributions that they could lend to the DD Council if they were from different nonprofits than maybe already on the council.
Yes. Yeah, they are diverse though. This group of nonprofits that we do have is a very diverse group, from Easter Seals, Family Helping Families, the one with employment, Mina's Mission. It is a good variety of people that is being represented with the DD Council. but we do all, I know I asked that question, what is your nonprofit about? What do they do? What can you guys bring? I just asked that on my own. Because I needed to know, like, okay, if you're representing the DD Council, we need to know what your nonprofit does. Like, what part of your nonprofit that's going to benefit the DD Council, right? So that's the question.
Right. And then I would look at those that are the applicants and compare them to to the nonprofits that are already members of the council, so that there's I'm sorry, I just got a message. My internet connection is unstable, so I don't know if y'all can hear me.
We can
hear you.
Okay, thank you. Just so that a consideration maybe in the rubric or scoring would be if they represent a different nonprofit than already represented currently on the membership.
So Kathy, there's only one nonprofit representative on the council. However,
Okay.
I think to your point, though, there are other characteristics that each of these people have that should be considered as they're bringing something that the council needs. Like that's part of like the rubric that's not there. Like if they're gonna feel some type of, they have some type of experience or expertise that the council currently doesn't have, and that is the thing that's not captured in the rubric.
Right. Thank you, Bambi. That's kind of what I was leading to. Yes, thank you.
We definitely try to add that portion in when we create that. So those ideals are noted. So thank you guys. I see that we do have a comment.
Q&A.
No, you can't receive funding from the DDC.
I would just read the question. So there's a question in the question and answer that's asking, can you receive funding from the DD Council and be on the council? So the answer is no.
Okay.
But we have people like that are you can be on a board of, say, like a Families Helping Families, and you just recuse yourself from the decision making. We already have members like that. So you can be on a board of an organization that receives funding and just recuse yourself from all discussion about that funding. I've been doing this a long time. I've learned some things.
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot. Definitely. Okay, so does anybody want to share any particular, because the highest score that we are seeing is Ms. Sherry Dooley. That's the highest score from the ratings. So Ms. Dooley must have touched everybody that she talked to. Not saying that the other ones didn't. I'm just going to clear that up. I'm just saying, just based off of the rubric and the numbers. She said she has the highest score. So I could open up the floor to recommendations. We can open up the floor for discussion.
It's always hard to have these type of conversations, but, and I don't know what's within the realm of what can be said. Are we able to say like a person had certain characteristics that we thought would be beneficial to the council?
Yes.
If it's not, it's okay.
If it doesn't pertain to if they have a developmental disability or anything like that. Yes.
Okay. So, the person that I was most impressed, I mean, they were all great candidates, first off. Like, that's why we're here a second time, because everybody was like really, really great. But I found that Libby Earhart had the most well-rounded experience. I mean, she leads she got a law passed on her, like basically on her own. So she knows the legislative process. She got rare disease council started in our state. So she knows that legislative process. She also leads a group on social media for families. So she has that connection of like really to other families who have children with like rare diseases. She is involved with nonprofit on its board. And she seems to have a pretty good like experience professionally. So that was the person that I found was like the most well-rounded of all of these incredible candidates.
She was very up there for me too. I definitely was touched by Miss Libby when I spoke with her. I did ask her that. I said, wow, you're involved in so much. I said, are you going to have time for the DD Council? Because she knows how long it takes to get the whole legislative part done and writing the bills and, coming to these meetings and that kind of stuff. So I just asked her if she would have enough time for all of that, because all of those, they have meetings too.
Right.
So that was just my only question with her. That was it. And she was like, she'd make time and she would, do what she had to do. But yeah. My other choice would have been Miss Sherry, because she's working in a rare disease too. That's something that the DD Council don't have. Also, we don't have anybody, we don't hear anything about, rare disease at all. So both of these ladies are offering that, she started her nonprofit up in her daughter's name, and she's passionate about it. She got other things that she's working upon as far as she want to get involved in the legislation. She might don't know the whole thing of it, but she's very comfortable with talking to people about what she wants to offer and what she wants to bring to the DD Council in regards to the rare disease, but also knowing where individuals truly thrive in, the environment that's best for them, So she's all about advocacy too. And, that's all what we need. We need people showing up at those y'all shirt days. We need people to come to those different meetings, the webinars. We need all of that. So, I could see that with her too. Anybody else? I saw a comment.
It was just for.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
Step away.
Okay. All right.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm agreeing with both of you guys as far as those two candidates. So since I knew how would we break that?
That's why I'm here.
Everybody has to make a motion. and
Okay.
then-
Yeah, and you had to vote on it.
Okay, so I
So
didn't know we
it'd be-
went back to the drawing table and you have another set of interviews.
Oh,
I
no,
wasn't sure how
no.
to- Okay, thank you.
Everybody got a chance to interview
Okay.
everyone, so,
Okay,
nah,
thank you.
we're not gonna do that. But
Right,
yeah,
Angela.
so we'll open the floor to a motion. Someone will give a motion and then we'll vote on it, and whoever has the most points, then that's who gets it, basically.
I make a motion that we accept Paul, I can't remember how you pronounce his name, Ganche of Autism Center. No, I'll stand corrected. Sherry Arduli with Mina's mission for a potential candidate as a representative of a nonprofit for the DD Council based upon the score of 19.4, being the highest scoring of all of the candidates that have been presented.
No second?
No second for the motion? Okay, then the motion dies.
The motion dies.
Can we, just in case there's like the person that's selected doesn't accept it for some reason, can we at this point make a primary and an alternate? Is that what we
Okay.
need to do? Okay.
Yes.
I think that's a smart idea. Thanks. Yeah.
You did.
There's another Q&A. If Sherry scored the highest, why wouldn't she be the one to be appointed?
I can answer that because no one seconded. We were waiting for someone to second what Rashad had motioned, but no one accepted, no one seconded the motion. So when no one seconds the motion, it automatically dies. So somebody would have to make a motion again and go that way. So he did motion, for the highest part, person to get selected, but nobody seconded. We have to have a second for it to be voted on.
And if you do get a second, I mean, if somebody objects, you guys will just have to do a roll
Yeah.
call vote.
Yep,
Okay.
we'll have to do a roll call vote.
Just keep that in mind.
And I mean, for the other point of it is that this is that again, that rubric is not considerate of all the things that are. So based on the rubric, then that might be the way the scores fell out, but that's not everything that this committee should consider, in my opinion. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to appoint Libby Earhart and have a substitute of Sherry, is it Sherry or Cherie Abduli? Or as the alternate, I should say, in the case that Libby is not able to.
I second that.
Okay, we have a second, we have a motion upon the floor. And then we have a second by Ms. Angela. Want to do
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion passes. So we have a motion on the floor that passed for Mr. Rashad Briscoe, second by Ms. Angela Harmon.
No,
Harmon.
No,
Oh, I'm
motion
sorry.
was given
I'm
by,
sorry. I'm
Ms.
sorry, you
Palazzolo.
guys, let me correct that. Okay,
Motion by Bambi Polazzola to appoint
Right.
Libby Earhart as the nonprofit representative on the DD Council and to have Ms. Sherry Aduli as an alternate candidate, seconded by Angela Harmon. Motion passed with no objection.
all right, so this is the recommendation that we will be bringing to the council for our October meeting.
You actually don't have to bring it to the council because
That's
at the
right.
last
Okay.
meeting,
They
yeah,
gave us permission to go ahead and exceed, and we'll just forward it to there and just have an appointed.
Mhm.
Okay,
we'll check with the candidates first to make sure that they agree, and then we'll just.
and then we'll move forward.
Mhm.
Okay, so just so everyone's clear, we will go ahead and put this motion into play. Well, I'm sorry, into play. Well, we'll submit it to the governor's office and make sure that the candidate accepts it. If she doesn't, then of course we'll go to the alternate. And after that, we'll bring it to the council and let them know, hey, this is what we decided. You have any questions? No question?
Public comment?
Any public comment? All right.
You can adjourn.
All right, well, our meeting for the membership committee is adjourned, and you guys have a great rest of your day.
You muted Rashad.
Oh, Rashad, you muted?
I see him is now.
Internet was giving me a problem. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.